So today I'll talk about. I've done a lot of these, but today I'll talk about one of my experience. Experiments to understand psychology and stuff like that. So um, I've done a lot of work on tactics and tricks and stuff like that, either intentionally or unintentionally. So this is kind of. I tried some. I played some bad openings just to see how people react and how people respond to such situations. And this is it all started probably from this book, my research, the Laskar's Manual of Chess. And this is one of the books that have impacted me a lot actually, and without any doubt. So this is a very kind of a great book for me, and it's my favorite book hands down. So so I thought, in this book that's mentioned, that so whenever a player becomes a better, or whenever you get the advantage, you start losing. What do you say? You start losing awareness. You start losing your attention. Your attention is dropping. Yeah. So Laska has mentioned that in this book, and So just some game. One main thing that I noticed from this book was, this is. I mean, there's everything from a beginner to a grandmaster. Actually, everything is there in this. I would recommend even for grandmasters. So it's so good. It's so good according to me. And the depth of thinking these people had amazes me actually. And so just one concept that Lasker talks about a lot. Not just the objective value of the potion, but just the psychology of it, right? So how would you get into a bad potion or something? How people play in a bad potion and stuff like that. And I think players like Vashir are depending a lot on this psychological element, where you, even though you're not in a very good potion, or you're not playing very accurately, you're still there's a human element. I mean, we have an image in our mind that we'll play a game without mistakes, and we'll play a perfect game. Okay, so basically using that psychological element, I want to use that, see and test it for myself. And see what happens, right? So my opponent is also a very strong, kind of a strong player. He's now on IM, I think, and now on IM, but so I played everything over the board. I didn't prepare anything for this game actually, just to see how it would. This was not such a bad opening, but what I'm playing is definitely not the best way, and it's kind of dubious. So just an experiment to see how it is. So bishop h4, I should probably play d5, and after e3, it's just a normal game, c3 and so on. There are a lot of games in this position, but I decided to go bishop e7, slightly provocative, and knight d2 is a very normal move actually. Knight d2 is the main line here, and pretty normal actually. So bishop e7, black plays e4. Sorry, white plays e4. So knight e4, d5, e5, knight of d7, bishop e7, queen e7. So nothing has been prepared by me. It was all improvisation over the board. And just to see what would happen in these situations, right? When you're completely in the dark and you're playing something that is known to be dubious, but so basically this position is not the ideal one for black, because I have to figure out this problem, but maybe white should just play knight gf3 or f4. Yeah, French like position, exactly. But in the French, the white knight is usually on c3, and here it's on d2. And another concept is that when we play something even slightly dubious, or slightly wrong, the opponent immediately wants to punish us. And I think one quality of chess is that there's always a resource. I always believe in that, and the resource will, most moves are ending in slightly worse positions, I think, rather than losing. And actually, what can I say? Mostly everything that you prepare and do, at the top level is to make the other guy start thinking, start doubting himself, and allow him to make decisions. But maybe this is also another way to make the guy think. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend playing bad openings, but yeah, this is an approach you can take in bad positions, right? This will be useful for you in bad positions, probably. You don't have to go into bad openings or choose bad positions on purpose, but if it is, we always end up there. In these games, I'm choosing to go, but I'm often in bad positions against a strong player. Yeah, so not on purpose, just getting sometimes out prepared, right? So queen g4, I played castle. Queen g4, I think already is premature, and yeah, here I went knight gf3. Sorry, opponent went knight gf3, and I went f6 actually. I don't know why he played queen g4 actually. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and probably it's not good. I think it's not, it's not good or bad, but kind of early, I think. In order to experiment, you should have some, you should have some freedom from the result, I think. If you only focused on the result, you can't really experiment, but yeah, there should be some balance. This was a pretty good event for me. I finished 6th or 7th, I think, but I could have easily finished better. I think come in the top 6 or top 5 easily. This was the nationals. I blundered in a game, and that cost me kind of everything. So he played queen h4, which is not a good move at all, I think. So what will you guys play here as black? So it's black to move here. c5. Probably a decent move. I don't see anything wrong with it. Assumptions, I'm just playing with the assumptions of my opponent. That is, Sanjay's move, knight c6 was played, forcing him to take here. So ef6, rook f6, long castle. What will you do, guys, here? Knight f1, bishop d7, e8, g6. No. a5, no. Yeah. The move I played was e5, guys. I want to bring out this bishop, and this is the easiest way to do that. That's not the way. This is the easiest way to do that, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm opening the diagonal for the bishop and I'm playing in the center. Stuff like that. Simple stuff. Yeah. So, a lot of ideas here. My opponent went d5. So, knight e5, knight e5, knight e5, rook e1. What do you guys want to do here? So, I'm actually happy man here. Pretty happy. Pretty happy. My pieces are coming out. And yeah. Nothing terrible going on in the position. This is an important move, guys, actually. Knight d. Yeah, Nandan has changed his mind. Bishop f5 I played. So what if f4, guys? What if f4 or knight f3? What happens? Knight f3 is not so concerning, but f4, what happens, guys? Oops, sorry. Knight d3, I just take bishop into d3 and my rook is protected and I'm a piece up. Yeah, this is the tactical idea that I'm relying on. So, yeah. My opponent went knight b3, guys. What will you do here? So my opponent, of course, saw that queen c5 was my idea. He's renewing the threat. Plays knight b3. What will you do here, guys? Knight b3 was played. What do you guys want to do? Okay. Chess knight is very intent always on exchanging this queen or something, I think. No knight f3. So a lot of answers actually. Yeah. Yeah. So this stream is kind of related to the other stream that I did. You know how the assessment of a position is related to calculation and stuff like that. And this is also the same effect here in this game, I think. The same thing is happening in this game. Generally, when I talk to a lot of people, they say this line is refuted, that line is refuted, this line is good, that line is good. Such things, such information has zero use in practical play, I think. This is good, this is bad, and all has zero use in practical play. At least the people who are saying it, right? So, I mean, this is just whatever that when you say something is good or bad, you just have information. Unless you're able to exploit that, it makes no sense actually. It's not useful information at all. So, and very few people in the world can actually exploit a dubious opening precisely every time. I truly believe that only very few people in the world can crush you without a chance if you play a bad opening. And yeah, and we are not playing against them, I think. I'm also not playing against them. So this is where, I mean, instead of Chess Base India incoming. Okay. Welcome. Sagar is done with the stream. Okay. Yeah, okay, guys. OPs are okay. Mm, stop spamming the chat, please. So, oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so let's look at the portion. That's really a lot of people. Okay. Hi, guys. So, I lost track of what I was saying actually. Yeah, guys. I'm usually here at 10 a.m., but it keeps changing actually because of my other schedule, Mayur. Stop. I understand, guys. Stop spamming, please. How many of you are here? Yeah, it's like a Jallicut. Jallicut is a good. It's a good. Um, yeah, way to describe this. Okay. What is Aronian's Rook F7? Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware that raid is a good gesture. At least I don't have anybody here. That's a good thing, right? Yeah. I'm aware what is a raid, yeah. Yeah, I mean Sagar is okay, let's focus on the position, right? I have a good definition for every word. Jallikattu was Jallikattu was Saranan's idea. Saranan's yeah. So let's look at the portion. I know what a raid is. Um, uh, yeah, I'm just thinking about the portion. I'm just a bit confused actually. So thanks for the love, Sagar. So here I'm just confused right now. But so okay, the portion. Let's get back to the portion. And yeah, bishop c2 I played. So this was a blunder actually, and mostly you can see that my opponent is thinking that I've done something wrong or terrible and exploiting me for that. What happens for rook e5 here? Yeah, good question. That's what I'm also thinking about. Just I'll play rook c6 check anyway, I think. Why not g5, Sukesh? I mean, you're losing material here, right? I mean white is winning material here. G5 is not good because bishop c2 is better. That's it. Bishop c2 is simply better because I'm just winning a pawn, no, and this pawn is in front of his king. So why should I not do that? Knight d3 is just losing to bishop into d3. I think rook e5, king c2. I would still play rook c6 check. And his king doesn't have many good squares here. He can't go back here because of queen e1 mate. I mean, eventually. And king d3. Anywhere he goes, king d1, yeah, even king d1, I'll just take this probably. And I can use these to my advantage. But yeah, I'm thinking, okay, I think king d1, I play rook. What do I have here? I'm thinking, guys, what to do. Yeah, king b1 is not a move. King d1, it's one of my old games, Sukumar. I'm not playing anything right. King d1 is losing to. I'm not sure if it's losing or not. Yeah, rook e8 I'm thinking, but bishop d3. I think I would just play. I was going to play queen b2 actually. Just queen b2, bishop d3, queen a2 or something. And I mean, I have a lot of threads here and enough material to compensate. I'm not playing anything here. Yeah. So my opponent went queen d4 in the game. So what do we do here? So obviously I want to say that, okay, I mean, I'll just point out that king into c2 is losing the queen to rook c6. That's my whole point. That is the whole point of this idea. So king into c2 is losing to rook c6 check, and so he's kind of stuck now. He played queen d4. Good morning, Ashish. Queen d4, what do you want to do? Knight d3 check, just bishop into d3, and I'm losing Siddharth. Yeah. Rook c6 now is not good because of bishop b5, I think. Rook c6, I would go bishop b5. Yeah. Right? Probably. Knight d3 check, bishop d3, bishop. So I'm not sure. Let me think. Rook c6, if I take the knight, what happens? I mean, I can just take the knight, right? Rook into e5, bishop b3, yeah? Maybe it's possible actually. A lot of moves are possible. I played bishop e4 actually. Probably a lot of moves are possible. f3, what happens, guys? Bishop e4, you have to see f3 in advance, I guess. Rook c6 might be possible, Siddhant, but I was not too impressed with it for some reason. Yeah, bishop into b3 is also possible, but I think this is better. Yeah, I do have my chat and phone, but this is simpler for me. I'm checking that also. Rook f3, gf3, knight f3. Knight d3, just bishop d3. I mean, tell me, rook c6, king d2, what will you play? I think he played king d2 only, actually, if I'm not wrong, if I remember correctly. c5 is an interesting move, but I don't know. I didn't play it. Knight f3 is just gf3. I'm a piece down, right? Yeah. Yeah, rook c6, I played king d2. A lot of random moves. Rook c6, king d2. I played rook d8 actually. This was the simplest for me. My opponent actually resigned here because he can never take on e4, right? So this kind of loses the point actually. And I just move my piece the next move, and I mean his king is in the center. He has a bad position, so I have knight c4 check ideas. So interesting. Why not play knight c4? Let's see if it actually works. Did he play king d2 or king d1? Yeah. Yeah, I sent the king back to center. Knight c4 seems to be a good move. Whoever said it? Sukesh, I think. Sukesh Kashyap. I think it's a good move. Maybe I didn't like something about it. What did I not like? If I take this, what do you want? South Indians are good at chess because there's a good culture here. There's a good chess culture in Chennai. I think. A lot of people you probably have never heard of have done a lot of chess for chess actually. I don't know why people love so much chess so much in Chennai, but and once there are a few title players, they are open to helping the untitled players. They work with them and so on. And so again you see more title players. It's a healthy place. Chennai is a healthy place. Or at least it was when I was growing up. I think it's still very healthy. Yeah, rook c4 should work probably. Yeah, rook c4 looks like it's working. Or do I have queen d5 check? I think I didn't like something like this. Yeah, queen d5. Yeah, I calculated bishop into c2 when I played e5. Yeah. The problem with South India is full of South Indians. Yeah, that's a problem. Is that a problem, Saravana? That's a good thing, right? I don't know South Indians, but I think it's just got to do with the place, And I think Tamil Nadu Chess Association was the first chess association in India. So state chess association, something like that. So there was a good body, but I mean, mostly it's the players. Players are like very open here. Saravanan actually invited me to train with him when I was not title actually. When I was around 2200, we trained together, and he was already an IM. So people like that. We used to train with Konguvel a lot. They were all title players, but I wasn't title. They invited me. So the culture is good. There are many good coaches here. Even the beginner coaches, they are like very good. That's why I think these hubs become needed good beginner coaches also. Like in Nagpur also, there are pretty good beginner coaches. I think that's why there are so many people from Nagpur. And here also there are pretty good people. It's not just the strong ones, yeah. This is the problem with Rook's Knight c4, to whoever asked me. I mean, I think a chess player, he can easily end his career as a beginner if he doesn't have the right coach, I think. So, what was dubious in the opening? That's a very good question. I think the whole setup is dubious. I'm not supposed to exchange this bishop like this. I think something like this would have left me at least slightly worse. What I mean to say is, even if you play a slightly less optimal move, your opponent is in like punishing mode, problem solving mode, and sometimes there is no way to punish it. There's no way to punish it. I'll show you another game actually, which is more interesting because it was much more dubious. Also, I mean, depends on the if you can afford the chessable video, probably buy it. I don't know. I don't know if you can afford it. I think chessable is kind of expensive, but if you can afford it, you can buy it, I guess. But if you can't afford it, don't worry, just work on it yourself. Yeah, I mean, but rook d8 made him resign, Sanjay. That is the point. You can. So I have a theory. You should not calculate very long variations. You can in a better portion, but you can calculate them. But if you don't see the win, you shouldn't keep calculating the long variation, but find a short one that is keeping your advantage. We can't take the queen in that position, Sukesh, because our queen on e7 is hanging. What opening do you want to follow? I don't understand. Sukumar, you can play anything, man. Play e4, a5 if you're a beginner, and d4, d5 if you're a beginner. So I'll just show some bits of this game. So I'm playing against GM Tejas Bakri. And okay, if you have some request for opening or something, leave it in the comment section or something. I mean, after the video, after the stream has ended, or leave it in the comment section of some other video. I'll find it. But yeah, somebody is asking me, is Scandinavian defense inferior? I have played it a few times actually. It is not the soundest of openings. It is not the soundest of openings, but it's an interesting. Nothing terrible will happen even if you play Scandinavian, but depends on what you want to learn. If you play e4, e5, you will learn other aspects of chess like center, space, and stuff like that. But Scandinavian, I guess some other structures you'll learn. So he played bishop f4, b6, e3. So kind of d6 is kind of dubious, I can say. I mean, there's no reason to do d6. I don't know. It's Digant. I mean, you can play London system, but I mean, eventually you have to play something other than London system also. I don't know what is the grob. So knight bd2, I mean, ideally I can play a lot of moves here. d5, c5, right? So I'm just playing some crap. So some portion, right? What do you guys think about this portion? Yeah, bishop f4, bishop d6 is possible. Some Alekhine game. Not sure. What do you guys think about this portion? I deviate from this. Yeah, I think d6 is a kind of a dubious move. Yeah. So white is better because of strategic concepts like space, stuff like that. Yeah. So I just want to, I don't know why I'm doing this, just to see what happens after I get into a slightly worse position. And if I can equalize by playing some random moves, right? Yeah, with the C pawns, it's a Sicilian 7 engine with C pawns. Both sides have C pawns. I think if I don't have the C pawn, then at least I can play rook C8 or something. H3. I played rook E8. I mean, I know I'm not playing good moves. I know. Yeah, that's a good point, Digan. Apart from space, black looks solid. Yeah, that is. I mean, before and all, they used to play. This was one of the first world champions. Steinitz theory. If I don't create weaknesses, I should be okay, even if I don't have space. But in modern chess, space is considered kind of important. Steinitz played a lot of games with less space, but creating no actual weaknesses. But yeah, here you can see what to do. In modern chess, space is different. Space is kind of important. So usually they are playing for space only, any opening. Nothing more or nothing less. Yeah, g6, bishop g7 was probably better, but you can see what I'm doing actually. Bishop h2, I played bishop f8. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, ideally, I would not want to play this portion. That is what I mean by dubious. I mean, I know there's something better, but I still go for something I know is not good. Just to see how my opponent is reacting, how people are reacting when they think they have a better portion. Right? So when they have a better portion, we lose sight of some things. Some basic things. Tactics are useful there. Knight f8 is a decent move, definitely. Knight f8, yeah, that's sharp. Knight f8, knight g6, and then bishop f8. Yeah, maybe it's still an interesting position. But I kind of wanted to play a dubious position, so I went for this. So my opponent is played he play. He didn't play. He didn't. Yeah, I'm not stopping it. I'm just wondering what happens if I do it. Knight d5. c3. So c3, what happens? What do we do now? No, I was playing very well actually. I was. Yeah, I lost this game actually, but not because of the opening, because I blundered in the end. But if I had won this, and I was winning at some point, if I had won this, I would be leading the event. So I was not playing bad at all. But I couldn't win this. I ended up finishing 7th or something. And I made another draw after this. But yeah, I was half a point behind the lead, and or maybe I was in the lead. I don't remember exactly, but so like some 4 rounds are left, yeah, at this point. C5, you guys want to go C5, not worried about the D6 pawn. How is this a Sicilian Alabin? I mean, yeah, it's a Sicilian Alabin in some ways, but if you remove the C pawn, there are a lot of squares available for my pieces. That's a wonderful chess, yeah. If you remove this pawn and this pawn, I have so many squares more. Oh, that is Kidambi. But if I take on, yeah, C5 is different. Alapin, I have so many more squares, right? I have B4 square. I have, if I play D, knight C5, I could get C5 square. So, Kidambi was my roommate in this event actually. Do chess players check their BP levels regularly? That's a very interesting question, Narayan. I don't. I've never checked it. I mean, maybe when I went to a doctor, they checked it, but I never bothered about such things. I played a more provocative move. I mean, provocation is a way to play, I think. That was, I think, more than... that was a strategy of Petrosian, when he was playing with black probably. So Petrosian is known for defense. Defense is like... Defense is like, provocation. Defense, I mean, he provoked his opponent and then defended his position. So opponent is risking and losing, yeah? So G6, my opponent went knight E4. What will he do here, guys? Position is not simple at all. Yeah, Narayan, that is very true, I think, but a player should be aware of it himself, I think. It's better not to. My theories are kind of odd, but yeah, you don't need an equipment to tell you whether you're tensed or not. You kind of already know it. Digant, that is exactly my point. I am playing a bad setup on purpose. That is what this stream is about. F5, somebody wants F5. D, bishop G. Okay. F5 is possible, but I mean, you should be aware of tactics, I think. That is the whole point I'm saying. Tactics is your friend in a bad position. It's always your friend, but especially in a bad position. So bad position, I mean, just as many strategic rules like complications favor the better side. So you cannot complicate the game and win. Right? I mean, if it's an extreme complication, it's okay, but fundamentally complication should suit the other side. Better side. So what else am I supposed to do? It's due to preparation or opponent's play. No, I think you're just joining the stream probably. It's neither. I'm just experimenting on a psychological theory. So the theory is that sometimes opponents miss possibilities in a good position. So I'm playing a bad position to see if my opponents are missing ideas. So I mentioned in the beginning of the stream that this is the book, and this is the book. In this book, Lasker says The better side loses alertness. So in defense, you have many possibilities, right? So I'm just testing that theory. And also, yeah, something like that you can say. FA, a lot of FA here. A good tactical sense can save you from bad positions. That's what I want to say actually. Um, I mean, fundamentally, till a very high level actually. I mean, till quite a high level. If you have a bad position, if you have a good tactical sense, it can compensate for it. C5, you're losing d6, right? It cannot be good. I'll take the d6 pawn. Fa is a move, decent move, I think, but I did not consider it during the game. It's a pretty decent move, actually. Good tactical sense can be considered as an element of defense, right? I think so. That's how Russia defends. Yeah, generally, I'm not too concerned about winning and losing and stuff. Yeah, chess is a bit different for me, but yeah, it's just for. You can only test things when they matter. I mean, when it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter so much. So, I don't like losing, but winning is not the most important thing to me. Yeah, I will put up the book in the description later. Yeah, it's very easy, not so easy to understand, but you can learn something from. Yeah, King H8. D6 is hanging right now. Bharat clan is becoming too clear. A6, Rook A7, Queen A8 would be a good plan if my pawn on D6 was not hanging. I've done a lot of experiments like this, not just this one, but this is about bad positions. D, Knight C5, White will play C4. Bishop H6. I mean, you guys are making plans, but Bishop H6, what happens, right? Bishop H6, D6 hangs. So who is that? I don't think that's real Anish. Yeah, but a nice name, Anish. Take on D5 and go for C5. Huh? There's no D5, Siddhant. What square are you talking about? But that is where the twist lies, Kidu. So I mean, you're always thinking with some kind of, that's what I mean, judgment is a very important calculation. So my opponent is expecting to be better here, but the rule is that in chess, there's always a resource. And I took on e5, guys. Takes knight c5. Some people suggested this move, but of course you have to see c4 in advance. And I was also expecting this. My opponent is also expecting this because he is expecting to be better. This is a very important point in finding the moves, actually. Finding our expectation of the position, right? If we expect it to be better, we expect some kind of combination or something that should win for us. But c4, what will black play, guys? Yeah, exactly. That is the point. No, knight before knight f6 check, I'm losing actually. Why not what? Knight into e4, bishop e4, the bishop is pinned. That is the whole point of white's idea. So you can't move this knight and you're losing here. It's not a free piece. I'm taking on d3 actually. You can play that, Sukesh, but you're still worse after that. I've set a trap for my opponent, and he has fallen into the trap. So now I'm equalizing actually. Yeah, you're right about that. Knight d3, cd5, white is better. Here after Sagar says raid. Hi Anil. Yeah, knight e3 is a move. If you take on d3, it takes on d5. Yeah? And then there is a threat of this. Yeah, yeah, a lot of right answers. Hi chessing. A lot of right answers, but yeah. Judgment and Planning by Max Hughes is a good book. I don't know. I think it's definitely a good book. But your judgment will improve only if you think about. It's a good book. You can read it for sure. Usually, judgment changes when you are critical and when you're thinking and when you're able to analyze and stuff like that. Yeah, I played knight c3. This was my trap. And I'm already... Moves like knight b4 are not possible because I'm just winning. Black and white is winning materially. So I can't allow that. So knight c3. I think knight e3 also leads to the same thing. But I kind of wanted to give him the option of playing knight into c3 or something. You can say that. See if he'll fall into that trap. But he did not. Yeah, he goes knight f6. Very good question. I mean, knight c3 is queen d3. And I'm better. I have two bishops. From a worse position, one more I'm going better. That is the value of tactics, and it's pretty useful. So he goes knight f6, which is kind of his only move. So everything is attack, right? So he can't do anything. So knight f6. Yeah. What did you say, Murugan? Yeah, you given the answer. Queen f6, also important. ef6, knight into d1, rook into d1. So interesting, right? Yeah. So again, if you imagine this position, I played takes and e5. So if you can imagine this position, right? In this position, we were in this position, and compare this position after 12th move to compare this position after 12th move to this position, right? So 19th move, I've saved, and yeah. So somebody is asking me why not king g7, because knight e8, buddy, and it goes with check, and basically I'm losing an exchange. Even if I play king h8, I would take this, and after this, I don't know, after something, I would still lose the exchange, and I didn't want to play this. Maybe it is interesting, but I was very happy with the position I got in the game, so I didn't want to change that. So what if pawn takes knight? Then I'm taking this bishop. That's what I told, right? I'm not taking. Sorry, pawn takes knight. I'm taking this knight. I'm taking the knight with this bishop, and you have a broken pawn structure, bad bishop. I'm better. Good night, Reginald. Good to see you here. Yeah. So every tactic is a very useful element in chess. I mean, it's everywhere. Strategy is only in some positions, calculation in some positions. We don't really understand tactics, why they come and where they are, but yeah. So knight f6, I should have won this game, but I lost it because I kind of went wrong in time trouble. I'm not sure if this position is better for me, but it should not be worse for me. I'll just go through this game pretty quickly. White has bishop pair and more developed, but he has pawn weaknesses. So the bishop pair is not very effective. I mean, can be countered by a good square for the knight. It is in 2018 nationals, not last year. Yeah, Tito. I mean, yeah. Okay, next time I don't know how to notify you guys. But yeah, this position. Yeah, I want to explain that the bishop pair is okay. It's okay with us. Okay, the knight can compete with the bishop pair if it has a good outpost. And in this position, this is an outpost because there's no way white can push me away from this square, right? So this is the bishop pair is not as effective as another position. So I'm okay here for sure. This was not a very pleasant loss actually. Yeah, I went one a pawn. I don't know how I lost this game. This is kind of a unique thing. So I should have just played king d6 here. This was my first instinct also. And this is where I lost my head. I was in time pressure and I was getting nervous, I think, for some reason. When I was close, I think king d6 is just ending the game here and ending the game as in I have a huge advantage. I mean, black cannot contest with this. White cannot contest with this. Yeah, all the pieces are supported. So you're already seeing a lot of stuff, yeah? Yeah, I posted a video on my channel about two bishops versus bishop and knight, yeah. Bishop and f3 followed by bishop d6. I'm going to go back for Sanjay. Yeah, it's a possibility. Here I didn't like something, I think. Yeah, just take and bishop c2 I didn't like. Okay, Reddy has talked about it. Okay. So here the problem is I couldn't find an easy way to defend this guy actually. Maybe no I didn't like some things about this position. I had to play knight b7. So some complications were there, which I did not like. And this knight was it's an odd thing, but knight was going somewhere. Before knight d7, maybe I can play. Maybe I'm still better here, but yeah, I'm definitely better, but I don't know. I like what I did in the game more. And yeah, I blundered here, which was I don't know why I played knight e4 and knight f6, but again I blundered here and lost this one. So kind of an odd game, you can say. The better side keeps blundering. So when I hear a lot of people ask me, so how can I stop making mistakes? You cannot stop making mistakes. It's a simple truth actually. Don't even worry about. It's all about getting better is all about asking the right questions. And how can I stop making mistakes is not the right question. So funny game. I'll show you guys one more portion from not a bad opening or something. But just another funny moment from my own game. Yeah, dark square bishops were exchanged pretty soon. And that's what I tried to do also. If you see in the game, when your opponent has two bishops, you try to exchange one of them for your own, so that it's just bishop versus knight. There is no tactics book, man. There's just tactics. Go to play chess and solve. I don't know if there is a tactics book. There's a calculation. There are calculation books. There are strategy books. I don't think the Encyclopedia of Chess Combination is there a tactics book, but nobody uses such things anymore. How to spot the best move easily in a position. Murugan, I'm just explaining this and you're asking the same question. That's what is beautiful about, the human mind, I think. That's what is beautiful about it. I say something and you immediately ask the same question. You cannot play the best move in every position. That is not what chess is about also. It's more important to play what you want. Reduce the degree of mistakes that you make. That's it. That is the way to improve actually. So if you can see that you're improving because the degree of mistakes you're making is reduced. So first thing you will do is keep blundering. Reduce that. Then keep reducing things like that. You will not develop your pieces. Reduce that and develop your pieces. Reduce that mistake. Reduce that mistake and develop your pieces. Find the fundamentals and reduce such mistakes. So in this position, I played bishop e6 check and my opponent played king h8. This was the game right after I had become what do you say? What do you mean? I took a lot of coffee? What does that mean? Is that a joke? That's a joke, but you have to explain that to me. Yeah, it's white to move actually. It's not black to move, it's white to move. Wonderful book is actually Judith Polgar's volume 1 to 3. Judith Polgar is actually one of my favorite chess players. And she has an incredibly imaginative mind. You can check that book. It's on ChessBase India, I think. Everybody wants to flip the board. So white to play, guys. What will you do? No, that is not equivalent to your real chess 1720. It could be more or less. I don't know. Siddhant, yeah. Stop. Stop that, yeah. Bullet is not chess. I agree with you, but you don't have to. Judith's book, Judith is like incredible. To me, she's incredible actually. For a number of reasons and just imagination even. Imagination is just... I think what that 4 to 5 moves seeing ahead is not imagination. I think you're talking about visualization. Read books without a chessboard. That's what I would say. Okay. Yeah. Saravanan is offering you some books, guys. I mean, please check that out. That's okay, Siddhan. I'm not saying it. I'm just, yeah. No worries. No worries. Nihal is playing 1 minute game or yeah. So I mean, it doesn't. That is not the reason he's playing like a 2600. I think. I mean, that is not the reason he's playing 20. There's nothing wrong with Bullet. I mean, there's no evidence for saying that Bullet is wrong or Bullet is. There's no evidence for saying that Bullet is good also. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying Bullet is bad. I'm not saying Bullet is. You decide. I'm saying. Bullet can be good or bad, and you never know what they are doing. And yeah, you have to do what is necessary for you. I think not just. That is a problem with everybody. Actually, they are doing what somebody else is doing instead of figuring out what is important for them. You should be able to read that. Yeah. Yeah, if you're that's also tactics. You can just solve them and just solve them. There's no special quality for that. It does not make calculation fast. I think they're already calculating, man. Why would it make calculation fast? They're already calculating. We don't know. We don't know, Siddhant. You have to stop posting your opinions. They're already calculating very fast. Okay, you don't know what it does. Study books by classical players. My Great Predecessor is a good book to start. So white to play here, guys. I set up a trap here. Not a4, not a3. All I want to say is don't assume that bullet is doing that, bullet is doing this. If you want to play bullet, there's nothing wrong with that, I think. But I don't think it has much to do with chess improvement in general. I think there is a, in thinking you have to slow down always a bit and see. Introspection and critical thinking is important. So I know Nihal and he is doing such things. I know Nihal, but he is very introspective and he's very. Bishop f7 is a good option, yeah. I played knight f3, guys. Just setting up a small trap. So knight e2 check. What happens? So what is my idea, right? So my opponent is also completely here. Any move is winning actually. Nobody knows how bullet helps you improve. There's nothing wrong with playing it, but I think. But there's no need to develop an interest for it also. King h4, rook into f3, yeah? Rook f7, but he's still many pawns down t2, so that doesn't make sense. Yeah, king h4 was what I played. And you know, that's how assessment is affecting your calculation. Any move like h6 is completely winning for my opponent. I'm dead lost here. I'll shamelessly agree to this, yeah. Yeah, but h6 and he's winning probably. But you know, so whenever you think that everything wins, there's always something. Chess is always saying something is not winning. I won this game actually. King g5 and there's no way to stop mate. I like to see how theory is very different from practice also. You know, theoretically they say prepare a good opening, do this, do that, and you have chances to win, but nothing like that happens in the game. I think theory is very different for practice, and playing helps you understand that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mate is inevitable now. Ganguly's copycat king maneuver. Okay. Yeah, he was doing something. Nigel shot and some other game, yeah? Some Sutowski game. If he takes the rook, it's mate. Right now, if he takes the rook, it is mate. But if he takes the move, rook on the previous move, I think I play knight g5. Did I see shot and Carpo in the mirror? No, their king walks are objectively good. I'm just playing a trick here. And it doesn't really work. I mean, if he had played h6, I would have to shake hands, I think. But yeah, their moves are pretty good. Knight f3 check, knight into f3. So knight into g1, knight g5. Knight f3 check, knight into f3 again. And my threat is renewed. And you still cannot take. So it's all the same, right? So if you take again, there's no way to stop mate. My threat is renewed. I don't think there is any way. Yeah. Yeah, knight d5 after h6. That would be the best move, actually. I think black would go back knight f4 and it's not winning actually. Two games on one. Yeah, we're both playing probably different games. It looks, I mean, maybe he was not happy with this and that is why he went with this, but yeah, that is an art. You cannot master it overnight or something like that. You'll become a better chess player if you stop trying to play the best move. Yeah, rook into f3 he played, but king g5 is mate. So I'm threatening mate now, and if rook f8, then king h6 is mate. Yeah, exactly. Rook f8, king h6 is mate. So rook f7, I would play rook f7 and then Polgar Hansen, huh? I don't remember that. Imagination is different from visualization. Yeah. Some trap, yeah. But you have to be alert till then. That's Lasker's theory is kind of true, right? It's still alive. People are thinking the same way. People are losing alertness the same way, right? So another game which was in the Chessable Masters. Okay, 1 minute. Let me go back and see what these guys want. What do you want to know here, Keshav? Is there a Tal versus Lasker game? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, have they played? I would be very surprised if they had played with each other. Yeah, I don't know. This is a knight f7. Nothing happens, guys. I mean, whatever you do, next move is king h6 and because white. I mean, it's fundamentally black has a big advantage. Knight f7, king g7, Keshav. You don't have a good discovered check. Knight g5, go king f6. So anyhow, yeah. Okay, I'll find it. Find the game, but Kidambi might know it if he's still here. Is there a Tal versus Lasker game? Tal and Lasker are, they are beautiful in their own way. That they're telling you what is going on in your mind. They're always telling you. They're showing it in their games. What is going on in the. Anish played an incredible game actually. Yeah, it's an incredible game. Not easy to outplay Magnus ever. And then, yeah, even Knight f6 check. Many brilliant moves actually. But chess is brutal like that. You can play. Yeah. Unfortunate, but that is what Lasker is saying. You should not relax even when you're better. But the thing is, even when you know that, I'm sure Anish have studied everybody, but even when you know that your mind is like, okay, this is the result, right? Conclusions and stuff like that. So it's still going on in 2020, yeah? Whatever Lasker is saying. I think it will go on forever. Forever, I think. I have no doubt about that. Yeah. So you guys must have seen this, obviously. I mean, Anish is very popular on Twitter also, and yeah, so it's a pity, yeah. So, but that's how chess is. That's how chess is. Even when you're better, you miss things. So I'm going to end the stream pretty soon, guys. That was it for today. I have created a team and leeches. You guys can join and maybe We'll play some games or do a simul there later. It's open to people, and I'm just pasting the link in chat. Join the team if you want to, and maybe there'll be some. We'll do something with it. You just have to click join. That's it. The link is here. And you have a community to play with each other also, maybe. Yeah, if you've already joined, then it's fine. That is Sagar Shah's theory, man. I don't know. No, I did not study 5544 yesterday. I don't think it works like that. Karpov, and that's okay, man. Next time. Yeah. Five 5544. I don't see how you can study it. Yeah, we can do a simul if you guys are not going to beat. If you're not guys are not going to play too well and beat me or something, we can do a simul. No, I did not look at. Yeah, this is too much for me. I mean, why should I don't. Yeah, chess is a different thing for me. I don't think theory is that important. Either you understand something or you don't understand something. Okay. Goodbye, guys. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for apologize for the early interruptions and poor internet and stuff like that. Thanks for showing up. Thank you, and goodbye. See you another time.